car manufacturer Ford has a new patent application that's gonna fundamentally change the way that your car could be repossessed in the future. Namely, it's gonna repossess itself. Take a look at this. They are imagining a system where the owners who are behind on their payments would find their cars becoming increasingly uncooperative and even outright hostile to them to try to get them to pay their bills. And if that doesn't work, the car will steal itself from you. Here are the details. So they've got this repossession system computer. If a driver ignores warnings about their missing payments, a process would begin with the computer disabling functionality of features like cruise control, GPS, air conditioning, and the radio. The computer could also prompt the car to start emitting an incessant and unpleasant sound whenever the driver is there. Cue people who've had Fords for a long time that might have heard incessant and unpleasant sounds coming from like the engine compartment or something. Anyway, so you get what they're saying there. They're going to annoy you into paying your bill. And it's easy to throw out things like, well, you can't use GPS anymore or whatever. So maybe you get lost. That's fun, no victims there. Maybe you lose your air conditioning. It's not like that's ever a safety feature in certain climates. So if you still don't pay, it escalates. The car may lock its owner out with some caveats in what seems like it would have to be satire. In one example scenario, the patent application said the computer might prompt a lockout during the weekends only, so as to not affect the owner's ability to work during the weekdays to earn money to make payments towards the vehicle. Alternatively, the car might define a geofence around the driver's home, and the person would only be able to use the car within those parameters. In some cases, the owner's driving could be further limited to certain days or even times of day, according to the filing. So if you're gonna have some sort of like medical emergency, you're gonna wanna make sure you live close to the hospital or that it happens during the right time. Because if you need to get to a hospital desperately, the car will kill you because you didn't pay your bill. All of this, look, this is coming from reputable sources, JR. How could this possibly be real?
Yo, it's ripe for the jokes about Ford. First of all, as you mentioned, to talk about, oh, the mechanical sounds are coming, or we're gonna have issues with the smell, and whether or not it operates correctly. Come on, bro, this is too easy. This is one of the things you probably shouldn't be advertising and talking about what you're going to be doing. The brand new Ford Escape, it goes back on its own excursion. Maybe it takes a trip by itself.
Yeah.
So no, it's not very. I don't think it's a very good marketing position. But maybe they're thinking they're having issues with getting their cars back. But yo, as we already know, as we've seen, and I don't want to equate it with the mechanical issues with, say, Elon Musk's company. But whenever you have these computer issues or these computer implementations into these technology into cars, malfunctions happen. So if those malfunctions happen and you actually aren't late on your payments and your car starts emitting a smell of farts or something like that they've said they're gonna be doing, and then you're like, well, hold up, what's going on with my car? And you take it to the service, be like, yo, this is messing up. I couldn't even get to work on time. They'll be like, oh, you're behind on your payments. That's what the computer tells me. Actually, no, I'm not. Yep. I guarantee you something like that could potentially happen. And lastly, they're concerned about people still being able to work so they can maybe make their bill. But somehow they think no one works on Saturdays and Sundays.
Exactly. Do they know how life works? Do they know how any of this works? Jesus. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. One of the cars that I hope comes out soon is Ford has their Maverick, their little truck. I would love an electric version of that. I'm gonna keep it real. If they start deploying something like this, I would never buy a Ford if they were doing something like this. What better way could the car company do to let you know that it despises and distrusts you as a customer, that they're gonna find ways to attack you, to make you sweaty, to make you uncomfortable? We're paying you so much money for these cars. Make the actual tech work rather than coming up with new systems that are purely designed to harm your customer base.
I drive a Ford, John. And luckily I got it before they included these features, or maybe they did.
It's gonna like only let you park like right next to a puddle, so you have to step out into it or something. Like maybe it's gonna like give a fender bender to like some big guy's truck next to you or something. Like, is this the world we want to live in? Of maximum overdrive.
It notices that you live in LA and it blows the horn at everyone so that you'll definitely get shot.
No, it's like every time it sees like an attractive woman walking down the street, it honks the horn. You're like, no, it's not. I don't have money, man. I can't pay. Anyway, it's nonsense. Ford, don't do it.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.